great recipe. I hope you give it a try. I think you'll enjoy it. So let's get started. We're going to start by making our pastry cream. We'll need 3 tablespoons of flour, 2 tablespoons of butter, about 3/4 of a cup of sugar with a dash of salt. I've added a dash of salt in there, some vanilla, 2 cups of cold milk, and 2 eggs. We're going to start by adding our milk. Now what I find is that a lot of people are taking all these ingredients and mixing them in separate bowls and what have you. You don't have to do that. You can mix it all right up in your saucepan as long as the ingredients are cold. So take your cold milk, add it to your saucepan, add your eggs, beat them in there. This makes for less cleanup. The less you have to clean up at the end of it, the more likely you'll be to get in the kitchen and whip something up. By the time I'm done, usually I just have a mixing bowl and a spoon left. If I had, a zillion bowls and a zillion utensils and a zillion pots and pans to clean at the end of it, I would probably do a lot less in the kitchen. So minimize what you use in the process. It makes for easier cleanup. You won't have a 2-hour cleanup at the end of it, and it certainly makes things a lot more fun. So after you add your eggs, and they're beaten into your mixture, just lightly, add your flour. This is like making vanilla pudding. Stir that in there, add your sugar and your salt, add your vanilla, and the butter we save for last. That's going to go in at the end. It's going to give it a nice consistency and a nice little shine. Make sure that's all mixed up well. Beat it up. This is a really nice, rich pastry cream. And once that's all incorporated, like I said, keeping your ingredients cold, then you put it on the flame. And you keep beating. This cooks up very quickly. You keep stirring as you cook it. You don't want to leave this unattended. This is way better than making your creams, your pastry creams out of corn flour or with corn flour or cornstarch. This is an all flour. You can make all your pastry creams with flour. I find they actually come out better. And it's healthier for you. Using flour does lengthen the process just a tad bit, not by much. You do have a much better result in the end. So it's well worth doing. And what you're looking for is the consistency of vanilla pudding. So you just wait till that thickens up and you see it cooks. And you want to lower the heat just a tad bit and let that flour fully cook through. Let your mixture thoroughly cook so you don't get a floury, pasty flavor. It's definitely starting to thicken now. So you want to stir it until it's got a nice, smooth, creamy consistency. Just keep whisking it. This will thicken upon standing too. That's thickened up nicely now, as you can see. I don't know if you can see that. It's thickened up very nicely. This will thicken more upon cooling, so it's ready to be taken off the flame. Has a really nice color. This is delicious. It's a nice, sweet filling. Very nice custard. Comes out fantastic with the flour. You really need to try doing it with the flour. What we're going to do now is add our butter. Just take that and we stir that up while it's still hot. This will give it a nice shine. It'll give it a little bit of extra texture. But like I said, this is a fantastic tasting cream. You can use it for other things too. I don't know if you can see that. It has a great color, great consistency. It smells delicious. So I'm going to transfer that to our bowl now. Give it a quick taste test. Excellent. You can increase or decrease the amount of sugar. I find that's perfect. We have a nice custard there, as you can see. Smells fantastic. We're going to let it cool a little bit, and we're going to cover it with wax paper, and then we're going to pop it in the fridge. Now, it's a good idea before you pop your second layer onto this to let this sit. Let it chill and set, and then you can pop on your second layer. So this is about done. I'm going to pop that in the fridge and let it set. This way we have a nice, perfectly even